that people like ASCENT and Kushner were able to find yesterday to bring BBL to success.
Yeah, this thing, ASCENT and Kushner both have been on point. Kushner on the jet, I'm excited to see. And like the desk mentioned, no chambers. This is our first ever cast lyric with no chamber.
And already a heavy push up towards tree, up catwalk. They could be sped up on an alarm bot, but already taken down. Coutinho gonna clean up.
Yeah, it's not a bad start, is it, for
Hocam
three
pistol
already
rahatları
taken
hepsini
down. 4v2.
götüme sokacağım bütün
And
pistolleri
ASCENT,
ya.
I mean, we said ASCENT has to be one of the players to step up. Now's his moment. And, you know, on that KO as well.
And look at Hoodie, already making his way up towards heaven. I mean, 3 members kind of angling in towards mid-cubby.
He's lucky he was crouched there. There was a bullet that just whizzed over his shoulder.
Omen Smoke comes back. Going to be incredibly hard for BBL to find a way onto site. I mean, heck, 2v4 here, right? You're hoping you can isolate a duel and find something. With Nookie still playing up in Cat, maybe if they can catch him off guard, find one, they can make something happen.
It's possible, Nookie, though. Find that wall. They won't know that he's there, but we'll see if Brave is going to check that angle. No, he's not. Nookie peeks on out and takes 2 heads. Everyone said that they wanted to see Nookie step up. It's a great way to start the game.
Right, that's the self-sufficiency that they were just hitting on. Able to find that interesting position in mid, make sure they get the kills coming on through. And, I mean, heck, they're on the defense side. Feels like it should be hard for BBL to make anything happen. On this attack side with no guns. You even have things like the Killjoy setup still there. They did spot out the alarm bot last time around, but the fact that Coutinho was here waiting for this angle, able to pick some off. But heck, Giants is a team, right? 3 members ready and waiting for that push to come up, Cat.
Yeah, nicely done here by Giants, starting things off as they mean to go on. As Rhyme realizes that suddenly he's getting overwhelmed and backs off completely. I like this play here, and Rhyme finds the first one onto Kushner. Just accepting that they're not going to be able to single-handedly defend this side, waiting for reinforcements. It's a good flick from Coutinho, but ASCENT finds 2.
Aslan.
BBL in control of things, looking to get that spike down 3v3, but the obviously weaponry advantage heavily in favor of Giants.
Silahları alamadık.
I mean, heck, even looking at the utility, right? We still have a Prowler, still have a Seas, and you have Hoodie finding heads.
Yeah, they weren't ready for Hoodie to come from this angle, and then Rhyme chimes in with a play of his own.
Yeah.
Brave finding one. It's a good little headshot as well, but not quite enough onto Hoodie.
Yeah, Hoodie, I mean, like you said, not shouldn't come on that flank from a main, gets it down. They still have plenty of utility to work with as well, had they not found that opening pick. But once again, kind of BBL showing the strength of what they're able to do with these pistols, and now going to go into round 3. And see maybe if they change it up, right? We've seen them now kind of angle in towards Cat, another hit over towards A, where they know they have to go for a bit of a faster push since they really didn't have much to work with, just ignoring the one-way. This time around, though, going for a bit of a default. Gonna see if they're gonna change things up with both Elite and Turco, kind of just waiting around towards the back of B lobby.
Yeah, this is the big moment where BBL
Aslanım
have
silahı
a good
bu.
advantage. They need this round. They need to get this one on the board if they want their economy to be in any kind of workable state. Do spot one player with the KO knife over towards A, but very slow default here from BBL. You can see them spread across the entire map.
Yeah, still though, I mean, one way plus a 0 point coming out to make sure that no push able to come through Brave. After the shots came out though, gonna get up and hit that different elevation just in case anyone from Giants did go for an aggressive peek. And I like how slow BBL are playing this one, finally rotating over those other members towards this A site. For Giants, making this aggressive push through B main, aren't going to find anything.
Sneaking forwards. I'm watching Rhyme and Nookie working together though. Rhyme setting up the one-ways, Nookie being the one to try and peek through them and find something. But it's the A side, that's the decision here. Kushner ready on this jet to try and make something happen. Doesn't actually have Tailwind available right now.
Yeah, and for BBL, push is going to be stalled out. I mean, a ton of utility coming out. Even the 0 point just to get the info and make sure. Looks like they're planning to go for the hit though.
Hey, Nookie starts it off, and you know, we run out of time here. 35 seconds on the clock. BBL run out of options as they have to try and get in, but Giants just taking heads off the shoulders. Hoodie moves in, Turco finds one, Elite does as well, but
bonus da verdik.
finished off.
Ne oluyor abi?
And Giants
Amına
3 on the
koyacağım ya.
board. It's a phenomenal start.
I mean, Giants able to buy so much time. Another one-way
Bunu
smoke
koparacağım
comes out,
şimdi
0
ya.
point, make sure the push doesn't come through. And then once BBL finally try and go for that hit,
Ne yapıyorsun
okay,
abi?
fragments there, paranoia is there, buying time. And then spamming through smoke, finding the 2 opening picks for the side of Giants. And I mean, now it's rough. 3-0 on the board for Giants. They have full rifles across the board. BBL have nothing. They were able to make a few of these rounds work on the last map, but I think it should be quite a bit harder here, especially with the defensive setups that Giants have shown.
Giants, an even slightly better start than last game as well, right? Only 2 rounds back-to-back in the first game. This time, getting 3, forcing BBL onto an eco. And if they could win, obviously, you expect them to hopefully win this one. They should win this one. If they could win a fifth as well, that would be brutal for BBL. Kakuka talking me through some economy before this game.
And Lothar, both.
And Lothar, yeah, chiming in.
Abi.
Still trying to find their way into tree, but I mean, Giants just having the tools to deny, hoping they can find one member, maybe looking for a cheeky pick, but isn't going to happen, and it seems like gonna hopefully try and find an avenue through mid. You can see all the Killjoy utility being used to potentially deny any type of push on B. Hoodie even aggressively peeking the angle just in case anyone goes out here. Looks like potentially a Prowler going to come out as...
Here we go. Hoodie's got to make it happen. Prowler, as you say, comes on through. Nano Swarms immediately drop to try and buy time. They will hold off the push for the time being. Retreating to the back side, heading towards the house here. As BBL starts to move in, but Nuki starts things off as he means to go on. As on this side, though,
Aslan vurman lazım. Aslan vurman lazım.
Across the course today and yesterday, needs to continue to do so, but Hoodie's here. They're not
nice
looking in the direction. Traded out, and it's Giants to take it once again.
Enti güzel olmuş.
Hadi
artık verme şansımız yok. Buradan bir 5'lik seri yapmamız lazım. 5-4.
And like you said, Giants now able to bring it to 4. Null command online, Blade Storm there for Fatinho, who once again having a pretty nice start to the map. BBL now, once again, going to have some guns online, have a null command of their own, which I think could be incredibly useful, especially at shutting down this Killjoy utility. They know that Hoodie is mostly played over towards his B site, so right now, mostly angling towards there. Only Brave up towards A.
Yep. Fairly heavy stack towards the B side of the map. Obviously playing mid, but mid typically easier to get towards B just due to the structure of the map being able to go through market. BBL though on that B side of the map as well. And it doesn't bode well for them having to go into the side that the defenders are stacking. Cloud, very aggressive position here. The one-way smoke just going to completely dissuade any kind of attack here.
And not going to really be able to do anything. Rhyme having those smokes up now, so maybe BBL can try and find some kind of hit, but still with that one-way still not going to be able to do anything through B. And they're just being incredibly patient. As both KO ultimates actually coming out.
Yeah. We've got all kinds of silence going on across the map here. Cloud, the one on the scene, but he's ready! Totally ready for Elite, boosting himself up through the window. Cloud on the scene, has to get some good shots on in here as he waits for his teammates to arrive. Nightfall comes on through, but Cloud is a fortress. He's just holding on for the time being, finally taken out by Turco, but it's enough for Fatinho and Hoodie to arrive on the scene and finish things off. We were just talking about if you can get 5 in a row, it's devastating. A BBL, this is their map pick. They needed to look strong.
And it's only going to get worse. We're only stacking up even more ultimates for the side of Giants to be able to play with. And this time around, just a complete team effort. And heck, that's another thing that the desk was hitting on, right? Kakuka was saying, like, hey, look at this Giants. Like, I'm not quite sure who the star is yet. Hypoc was talking about the strength they had playing with numbers. And it feels like so far this is another good example.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, look at the kills, right? 2 between the top and the bottom player on this roster here in game number 2. It's an incredibly strong start.
Bu pulse senin için alıyorum oğlum.
You know, on their map pick of ASCENT, on a map that is known for being a little puggier, known for being one of these maps where you can just take aim duels and try and find wins that way, but so far that is just not working out.
Giants also just not giving any aim duels over, right? Yeah, I mean, you look at the way they're playing B, like, I guess typically they have had one member peeking aggressively towards B main, but all the Killjoy utility there as well to deny any pushes. We've had a one-way come out on A main every round, not really allowing for anything to come there unless BBL wanted to opt for another like hard 5-man push, which we saw them do earlier on in Eco. And no members of Giants really peeking out mid at all. They know they have Killjoy utility that they can put up there kind of right between Market and Pizza, and it's not allowing for any of that brawlier aim duel style to really show for BBL. Find an opening pick, get onto a site, and make something happen.
Yeah, it's been a tall order here for BBL, as you rightly say. Offensive tools being used extremely effectively by Giants. And you can see the economic situation that BBL are in. Obviously, this round, Sheriffs and 1 stinger for Brave. But beyond that, just a lot of spare cash for Giants. Even if they lose a couple of rounds, they'll still be able to buy up. It's a tough one.
Turret at least taken down, so they have a bit of a position here towards B main. And okay, Kushner going into the Cloudburst.
Yeah, trying to buy some space. Kushner actually getting a headshot there, but it's answered by Hoodie. 1 for 1 so far as they all start to blast into the site. There's another one by Hoodie. And I can start to see where the name is coming from because he's hitting them all straight in the hood. 3 kills. Taken down. 2v2 though. Coutinho and Nuki arriving on the scene. Brave versus the world. Stinger in hand. We've seen it happen with this gun, and there's one. Turning it into a 3K. But the
Oğlum yok mu lan? Hadi bir ayağa kaldır bizi ya.
But does Coutinho know that? Making his way towards the site now. He has an op in hand. I mean, does have the blade storm there if he wanted. There should be a gun right to the left of him where Nuki died as well.
And the question is, like you say, how much information does Coutinho have? Because first off, we know the spike is up there. Does Coutinho know that? Also, Brave, very low on HP. Whether or not that was called out by his team, it might even just be a classic angle rather than the operator to try and finish off a player this low.
Yeah, blade storm does have to come out, though.
Well, that answers that question. Just a knife right through the stomach. Easily done there from
Onu keşke
6 and 0.
Tam site'in şeyinde yapsaydı. Şurasında, köşesinde fake'i verip hemen çıkacak merdivenden.
To try and find a few rounds chained
NT.
together if they ever want to break the economy.
And honestly, that was the closest round I feel like we've seen BBL have, with the fact that Kushner able to get in there, throws out the Cloudburst, dashes in with the Tailwind, at least able to go 1 for 1, and it gave the opening for them to get on site, which is something we really haven't seen them be able to succeed at all. And finally, changing the setup from Hoodie. Right, he's mostly been working that B main, but now a lot of it set up towards tree. Turret on a site, so
deşini açtı. Güzel.
If Giants do if BBL make their way on the site, you know, they are going to have a bit of a surprise this time around.
I think Hoodie basically saying, look, they keep on going towards B. That's why I'm at the top of the scoreboard, because I'm destroying them. I'm going to go set up elsewhere, because there's no way that they're coming B again.
Ay hayır ya.
And you know,
abi olduğu tarafa niye oynuyoruz abi?
BBL, but look at the push coming out through B main. Both Coutinho and Rhyme are here, and one way now set up.
Hayır ya,
kesitler. So hard to push into these one-ways. Rhyme just consistently setting them up for his teammates. Earlier on it was for Nuki, now it's for Coutinho. But they back off a little bit. Regress some of that control. Here we go, Prowler comes on through. Rhyme has to make something happen here. It's a great little paranoia through the wall. Again, slowing down the push. Coutinho on the scene, Cloudburst gone, but the dash in onto Switch. Feels like ground being gained here by BBL. Can they make it stick is the question. Rhyme here. First person on the scene for taking down Aslan with 1, but Coutinho answering.
Çok iyi lan.
Taken down by Brave.
Çok iyi oğlum. 3v1.
As well. And suddenly, it's looking like this might be a round. Unless Hoodie can make it happen again. Hoodie has been the bane of BBL's existence across the course of this game.
Bunu vursana ya. Elit vursana şunu.
And look at the position from Elite. I mean,
nice.
they wouldn't even know he's there, but don't think him. Brave does bring him down. And heck, this time around, you were making the joke about, you know, they would come B again. This time not having the Killjoy utility there to really slow down the push.
Brave'e yazar bu.
Sure, paranoia does come out, but the second 0 point and the rest of the initiator utility comes out. BBL able to get on site.
It's the opposite of what we were saying. You know, Hoodie's saying, they wouldn't come B again, and BBL is saying, they wouldn't expect us to go B again. Managing to make that happen. You know, obviously the one-way times out from Rhyme. You see him and Coutinho backing away from trying to hold because you know that you can't just 2v5 if that's the way they
Especially they know, you know, a minute of the clock, like the initiator utility is going to start coming back up. 0 point comes online. They spot out 2 members. This time around, though, they are going to make their way towards A, where Hoodie is actually playing this time. Again, a lot of that utility actually up towards tree, but still a default coming out from BBL. We can see Kushner kind of just waiting to see if anything's going to happen towards mid.
3 players hanging around there. Turret taken down by Aslan. And the push can start to come on through. Dark cover doing denied access to defenders here. BBL just allowed entry for the time being, allowed access as Rhyme just going to
Helal oğlum Kuti. Güzel kill.
Takes Killjoy
Big
out
flank,
of
Kuti
action,
big
which
flank.
has been a huge piece of the Giants' game plan.
Kuti onu da vurdun.
Now maybe finds Vitinho as well.
Nice oğlum Kuti.
Oh,
Walking just through spawn. Nice pivot from him.
Oy.
Close one for
Lan.
Kushner, sorry.
Oy.
Flash geliyor
Oh
şu
lan.
Oh, it's so close to
Ben diyorum niye
everything.
kafasını çevirdi o?
Ben de anlamadım ya. Göremedim flash'ı.
Left alone.
I mean, Kushner there, right? Kind of
Güzel,
güzel,
güzel, güzel.
Goes up cat. Finally goes for the aggressive
Gitmeyelim ya,
play
bırak
after
korusun.
the sight
Bırak
hit comes
korusun.
out from BBL. They don't expect him there. Finds the opening pick. Doesn't push into tree. So none of the
Lan
Killjoy
lan
utility
bu.
really able
Güzel
to
oyun
stop his
Kuti,
push.
aferin oğlum.
Goes through mid, finds another pick. And I mean, those are the duels you want. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're one of these players on BBL.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 rounds now.
BBL diyor ya, BBL.
And you know, we said they need a few rounds in a row to break this Giants economy.
Bu olayı
Well,
sana alıyorum Kuti oldu
they
harbiden.
might just be getting those rounds in a row. Look at the money available for Giants.
Kuti o moladan
Obviously,
sonra
do still
6
have
vurdu.
that operator. It could
0'dı.
force up with SMGs, perhaps with sheriffs, but it's not as
Çocuk
pretty
kendine
as it
gelmiyor
was
ya
just a
mola
couple rounds
olmadan.
ago.
Now,
Giants mola.
now the tactical pause is going to have to come out. So we're going to see what adjustments are made. And I mean, for Giants, right, I still don't feel like we've seen any like huge mishaps. 2 rounds going over to BBL so far, but I feel like 2 very different ways they played it, right? This time it did feel a little bit faster going in towards A, a little bit scrappier, especially with what Kushner was able to do. To last time around, it was waiting out the utility, finding out where members were, and making that hit on B, so...
Evet, HUD'da göstermiyorlar kimin
still feel
mola
like
aldığını ya.
Giants, the team
Biz
in
tahmin
control of
ediyoruz
BBL, will
sadece.
be the ones to have to keep showing us more.
İçiyorum kahveyi.
Maybe even changing up where your Killjoy setup is, right? I mean, the last few rounds, it has been up in tree. BBL haven't gone through a push from there just yet. Even Kushner finds one pick, immediately backs out.
Honestly, for me, the change that needs to happen is just send Hoodie back to B. It was all looking beautiful when Hoodie was on B. They move Hoodie over towards A, and suddenly they start losing rounds. I mean, I may be way oversimplifying the situation, but correlation equals causation as far as I'm concerned.
You know, I hope when the desk comes back, they just answer that question and call you out immediately.
I would love that. I'm all about
Lothar
that.
just stare Munchables right in the eyes and tell him all the reasons.
See, that's the thing. He can't stare me in the eyes if I just close my eyes. If I can't see you, you can't see me. Those are the rules. Here we go, Rhyme, sole defender on the A site, and I think realizes he's not going to be able to do much here.
They listen to you. They actually sent Hoodie back to B. Now BBL able to get full control over the A site. Of course, no real guns coming out.
Oh, ölmedi değil mi? Ölmedi Brave.
Yeah.
Oğlum sesler ne oldu lan?
Yes, you do have the operator, but how hard do you want to commit to using that operator unless one of your teammates can find a chance? You don't want to give that gun up if you can help it. But now pushing in through heaven. Kushner with the Vandal trying to hold up close. The team
Helal Elite.
Elite though started to take them down. There's one for Vitinho to answer it, but Aslan now here.
Hadi yallah, hadi yallah,
Vitinho
gidin koruyun.
start to leg it. As I said before, they need that operator for the next round.
Güzel, bravo
Not
oğlum.
going to go for anything. I wonder if BBL decide they won't even try and look for it. But no, looks like they are just going to end up backing off.
6-3.
In the end, Vitinho should be able to
Kaldı
keep this
3 el.
one and make sure they have this op. With the fact that the rest of the members
Benim
should
kameranın
have guns
fokusu
next
bozulmuş
round.
abi.
Aslan actually is kind of hunting a little bit.
Yeah.
Alo, ben varım.
Rightly so, you know, wanting to try and dismantle this economy from Giants. But the operator still in hand. Enough cash across the team that you should see a buy here from Giants.
Killleri nasıl göremiyorsunuz ya?
And with a couple of ultimates available as well. But more ultimates on the
Abi
side
o
of BBL.
benlik bir şey değil.
This is an impressive comeback on the side of BBL.
Yöneten kamera.
6-0 down to then just flick a switch and suddenly these attacking signs looking fantastic.
And I feel like even like what we were able to see them do on Icebox.
Ama sürekli olduğum noktada olmuyorum ya Glomorgal.
They can guarantee that if they can guarantee they can get on sites, I feel a lot more comfortable for BBL because that was, I mean, they weren't even getting there at the start of this game, right? So are spotted out by the 0 point, but there it is. No command instantly coming out.
Yeah. Paranoia goes on through the wall as well. Once again, just straight onto this
Ya
A
siktir
side.
git.
Rhyme getting the first of the round.
Sikeceğim şu smoke taramalarını ya.
Picked up once again. BBL want this round. They want this side.
Güzel, gene girdik temiz. Hadi oğlum.
6-3 on the scoreboard, and now for Giants to try and retake this A site. I'm not sure they've done it successfully at all this game just yet.
Güzel.
But they need to show us how it's done as they start to move in. Vitinho with that operator in hand, going to be the man that we're looking at.
Çok güzel.
Make things happen. Hoodie with one traded out by Turco. Nuki gets involved.
Helal Brave.
Coutinho keeping himself in the smoke. Could be
Dur şunu, nice. Bu. Hadi.
And it's a
Olsun lan.
thing there for Turco.
Oğlum hiçbir kill göremiyoruz ya.
For Giants to have to worry about. No real way of forcing them out with this utility. I mean, you had a member covering main, and you had a lot of people just right in hell covering tree as well. And yeah, like you said, Turco able to pick up some nice kills there, and heck, even now having the Nightfall online to try and make more happen. And right, I think after the first
Hala paraları bitmedi mi ya? Ha, bitmiş
this
tamam.
was BBL's map pick. But you know, things starting to come together a lot better now.
And it has to be said, like, you know, game number 1, kind of similar, where they did pick up a few scattered rounds versus Giants, but early on, it really was the Giants story. It really was Giants stacking rounds back to back. And then right at the very end, we saw BBL getting a couple of pairs of rounds together and stalling out. This time, BBL getting on top of things much earlier on. If they could get another couple of rounds, they even things up
Ya,
at
timing
halftime,
yedik.
as opposed to being 8-4 like in game 1.
Yeah, now going to start making their way over towards B. 2 members are going to be here, so maybe
Kill vermeden girsek ya şuraya.
You have the turret there, buy a bit of time and allow the rest of the members.
Çok güzel oğlum. At deşi lan.
BBL going to be looking to extend the score.
Certainly are.
7 içeride çok iyi oğlum Elit, aferin. Aferin. Elit Güler.
BBL just explode onto this B site. And Giants this time they've not got an operator to
bir tane daha oğlum. Beyler bir tane daha, beyler. Brave. Brave. Ulan duydu beni çocuk ya. Döndü vurdu amına koyayım. Tamam be abi dedi. Helal. 6-5 hadi. Hadi chat hadi. Dön. Tekme enerji sinerji amına koyayım ya. Hadi hayırdır ya. Şu ölü toprağını bir atalım üstümüzden ya.
Yesterday really didn't have to do too much in their win. Just kind of how the game went out and how Aslan and Kushner were just finding all those duels, but definitely showing up in the second half of this attack.
Bu elde aldık 6-6. Hadi oğlum.
Definitely so. And this is a bizarre game, Lyric. We've had 6 rounds on the trot for Giants. And if they can finish this half off, it would be 6 rounds on the trot for BBL. Answering in kind. Coutinho, the first defender.
Vur şunu. Çok iyi, çok iyi, çok iyi.
Goes wide on the headshots and Turco answers it. So it's a 1-for-1. But you gotta say favors BBL as they're pushing in aggressively.
Tamam, güzel.
The spike down here on the side. Turco.
Kuti'nin yeri güzel. Ay. Kuti ölmüş. Ulan Kuti'nin ölmesi çok kötü oldu. Enti. Olsun. 7-5 gayet iyi. 7-5 gayet iyi.
And it could have been beautiful. It could have been the 6 on the trot for BBL, but Giants shut it down.
Yeah, it looked like they finally found something that worked for them.
Kaçtan geldik? 5-0'dan mı geldik? 6-0'dan mı geldik? 6-0'dan geldik ya. Gayet iyi.
On the killjoy utility that was giving them so much problem in those early rounds, but still Giants able to find those isolated picks to make sure that they bring.
İlk eli ne olur pistol, bir tane pistol alalım ya. Ne olur.
Heck, see what Giants are going to be able to string together on this attack side.
Yeah. And this game so far, it's like American bacon. It's incredibly streaky, right? We've had 6 in a row, 5 in a row, and then Giants getting that last one. I like a meaty game. I like back bacon, you know? I like one where it's, you know, back and forth, fighting over economy, never quite a full buy.
I don't think America really has cuisine, but American bacon is actually one thing I do enjoy.
I mean, more power to you. They prefer lamb chop?
You put beans on toast, so I don't really trust your opinion.
Oh, well, you don't like beans on toast, so I don't really trust your opinion. Beans on toast, incredible delicacy right there. Should be in more restaurants.
Another incredible delicacy will be if Giants can make something happen. All 5 members stacked up.
Is that a delicacy?
It's a delicacy in my mind.
Çok güzel.
I like the
suratlarını attı amına koyayım.
I don't know if the wording was quite right.
I don't even have an excuse today.
No, you've slept this time. Oh, man. Here we go. BBL on the defense. And I will say, the attacking side looked a lot better for BBL than the defensive side in that first map, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, in fact, for BBL, though, they're still just chilling, right? Waiting to see what Giants are going to look to do. We do see that...
Ne? Ya kanka hadi ya.
they might instantly just pivot over to their other 3 members who are towards B.
Kafayı yersin ya.
Did spot those players, I believe, as he bunny hopped past.
Vuruşa bak.
Nuki moving on over, searching, hunting for a player. Here's the footsteps. Surely will find that pick for himself. And there it is. Nuki gets it. Trade onto Cloud, though. Sfatinio taking over this side. And Ryan gets a second for himself as well. 8-5 on the scoreboard. The Giants starting the half off. Once again,
bence var ya pistolde Ghost Most da almayalım. Ekonomi yapalım direkt. Cidden bak. Skill de almayalım. Full ekonomi. Bir yere koşalım böyle A'ya B'ye. İkinci el çekelim amına koyayım.
And that's 4 out of 4 pistols now for Riot. For Riot?
Ya da Brimstone molly atsın altımıza direkt ölelim amına koyayım ya. O ne oğlum, bu nasıl bir giriş ya?
Not a single bit of fear. It is hard. Turco watches them go past, waiting for his moment, but doesn't quite manage to turn it into more than one. 4v4 though. Honestly, you're happy with the way that's gone when you've just got those pistols for BBL.
Yeah, still though, full control of the site for Giants. Going to be incredibly hard to work their way in here. You still have 2 Prowlers on Cloud. The Seize is there as well. Can try and prevent the entry from coming in. Even Hoodie's turret going to be a bit of an annoyance.
Yeah. Kushner trying to find something cute there, but spotted out. And now the rest of the team going to walk right into the rifle of Rhyme. It's a tough one to fight against as he goes and finds another corner to hide. Just teleporting around the map. It's like playing with someone with cheats on.
Ay ay.
And there we have it. I'll be the first to talk. Me and Lyric just stared each other in the eyes. It was a game of chicken. But I just know that everyone in the production room was like, what's wrong with the audio? What's going on with the audio?
Kritik.
Kritik harbiden kritik. Herhalde en kritik round olabilir. Bir bu bir de bundan sonraki. Bunda hadi bonus var. Bundan sonraki round çekecekler. Bunu zaten almamız lazım. Bundan sonraki round en kritiği.
A lot of attempts towards like A and playing through mid, make your way onto that A side, but I think especially with Giants knowing they don't have to worry about something like the Killjoy utility that BBL did on the reverse, a lot more freedom to go for this.
It's going to be pushed towards the B side here from Giants, everyone stacking up. You don't have this same one-way setup as you can see. Brave over on the A site alongside Aslan.
Oh, okay, Paranoia catches 1.
Yeah, go in. Giants find 2 straight off for the ban. That's a Vandal picked up as well. Kushner happy to step out and just take a trade. A bold player and looking to make it a second, but Nuki shuts that down before it can really kick off. 2v4 on the retake. And it's a tough situation for BBL once more.
Yeah, no, it just feels like this one should be impossible for them to get. Honestly, we saw BBL trying to set up that kind of double peek in B main. The Paranoia shuts it down. I believe it only caught 1 member, but still kind of denying the plan. You all peek out, you're able to get those picks, and it just opens up sight for the side of Giants.
Korusalar bence daha mantıklı.
9-5. What a way to make a living. It's Giants should be able to just hold on to this one, as you can see. Weapons trying to be held. Brave actually just finds a wallbang through the smoke. Not too shabby. At least you've denied a rifle. It's better than
ya oradan bir kill alsalardı
defensive half.
Gene winnable'dı da. Bu B lobby'yi tutamadık ya. Şu B lobby'yi acaba site'dan mı tutsak?
Which means they're scheduled one more round here. They won the first. Well, they won the first 6 rounds. Then it was 5 for BBL. Do another 5 for Giants, and then maybe we'll switch it over to BBL again.
I don't think that's exactly how it will pan out. No.
You don't think that's how it works?
Is that another conclusion that we need Lothar to come and just shut down on the desk?
Yeah, I'm just saying correlation equals causation. I'll stick by that. 2 rifles here though for BBL, and a sheriff in the hands of Elite. It's one of these rounds where, you know.
Ne yapacağız?
I mean, last round, right, we saw them trying to set up that 2-man play in main instead of maybe just walling it off, buying more time, and seeing if Giants
kaybedersek
pivot,
bitiyor.
if you want to commit more numbers over. This time around, it feels like anything like that
Parla çıkmış.
Lower break yok mu lan Fero?
Yok, lower break yok.
Ne diyorsun ya?
I think we've seen that they're willing to be
Aa,
patient. They're
kazanırsak
willing to
akşam
wait
mı
out
maç?
some of the utility, like the barriers
Aha,
in
akşam
earlier
maç var,
rounds,
yarı final.
and make some of these pushes work.
Vay amına
Akşam
koyayım.
maç
Haydi lan.
izleyek
lan. Bu akşam maç izleyek hadi lan.
If they can.
Haydi lan.
BBL up against it once again, and this feels very similar to game number 1, doesn't it? Where
Bu hafta çok yalvardım bak amına korum ben senin Burak.
start things off in the half. Just
Sakin.
take control, get a bit of a
Aslan'la
streak.
Brave'de silah var.
This was the point in game 1 where BBL started to really put up some resistance, started to just be a brick wall on the defense. Giants couldn't
Tamam,
quite
A'mız
break
silahlı komple.
chain those rounds together.
Giants actually being the ones to change something up.
Mid'den
Kind of
oynayacaklar
making
mı?
this push towards
Mid'imiz
mid,
gap biraz
trying to
çünkü.
find some information with the 0 point. So not as heavy of a lead.
Ya o ne
towards
amına
B as
koyayım
we've seen
ya.
earlier on. Not really even having to worry about anything coming out in A main just yet if they do want to look for that pivot, but it looks like everything's going to be up
Yalandan
to
headshot
right
gene amına
now.
koyayım.
Potentially finding something with Cloud supporting him.
Yeah, gonna have to back off though. Doesn't want to go too aggressive and end up just throwing his life away. A very, very slow attack here from Giants, and rightly so. I feel like a little bit more disciplined than what we saw towards the end of the first game. You know, the desk saying that they thought maybe the end of that last one was perhaps just a bit of lax play
Aslan bu
from Giants.
çok önemli lan bu
Doesn't
fight.
feel like they're going to make those same mistakes again.
Yeah, we see BBL still trying to buy time. Brave throwing out the paranoia to deny a push.
Aslan şu adamı vursa ya.
But I mean, for BBL this time around, being incredibly patient.
Abi şaka mı bu? Kamera.
But he gets
Trollüyor resmen kameraman ya.
Giants.
Nice Kuti.
Open up an opportunity, but Kushner opens one up for himself.
Yeah, Kushner just waiting in that cheeky angle right inside.
Hadi lan Brave. Your time to shine amına koyayım. Hadi en az 2 kill oğlum.
The members of Giants gonna make their way into A from tree. We're gonna see they should be able to get the spike down, but do they know Brave's here? Yes, they do. Fragments.
Good little shrouded step, crucial as the paranoia goes out, but it doesn't actually get the blind. And Giants, it's a slow round, but once it kicks off on towards A, they just take control.
Yeah, and then even having the utility to push the Omen
11'i
out, be able to
verdik.
guarantee that one as well. Turco, I'm gonna hope you can find one with the Stinger and just, again, take away a gun, get into next round, feeling like you've done your job. But for Giants, I mean, they've had some pace changes in the rounds they've won, right? We've seen some fast hits. We've seen rounds like this, which were very slow and methodical in what they're able to do.
Whew. Turco, that is not the way you want to go right now. A wall of bullets flying towards him. But I think realizing he's not even going to be able to get an exit here, just going to have to leave. Or in fact, I think just going to die to the spike just to make sure that you're getting your loss bonus. And realistically, you want to be getting a rifle next round.
Yeah, and I feel like this is just, you know, making their way up to 11, having map one could be like where we talk about the expectations of Giants coming in, right? Because first time seeing them with this roster, but still very accomplished players. And I think when you looked at this tournament and the way that the bracket panned out, like a lot of people thought that Giants should be making the team, making the deep push on this side of the bracket. So, you know, nothing too expected. I think coming out, if Giants are able to convert this lead into a win and keep pushing on forward to where, you know, when you look at the opposite side, you have teams like Na'Vi and, you know, even Vitality having some interesting names as kind of your other big tournament favorites.
And it's kind of exciting that, you know, if Giants can just get 2 more rounds here, they'll finish off a 2-0 against BBL. They'll move forward into the semi-finals. And the other quarterfinal in their side of the bracket already finished off Parla with a 2-0 over Definity.
And Parla's actually been a team you have been watching quite a lot of that.
I mean, they're 4-0 in this tournament now.
Yeah, been doing quite a bit of work, but Giants trying to be the ones that make their way to face them. This time around, Kushner gonna have the op. So we've seen Giants go for a few of these 2-man pushes through mid. Gonna try and see if he can find one and get out of there.
Oy! Çok iyi vuruş lan.
Nice Fatinho taken down.
Çok güzel entry.
Do we see the BBL late game stall out once more like we got on Icebox? Kushner very boldly stepping into the dark cover, but just takes a blind shot, backs off once again, won't find a second pick.
Still though, BBL, a lot stacked up towards B. They're not really ready for if any kind of push came out through A right now. Still though, 0 point is gonna spot out that Aslan is playing around the store on A.
Çok güzel. B'ye gidiyorlar.
Pick as well. And this Giants
Bak bir kill alsanız yeter ya.
Bit weird with the push towards A from a single player while everyone else is on B. But you can see 3 defenders on the A side. This could be a way to even things up. 10 seconds though, they've got to get this spike down. I don't think they're going to be able to get on the site in time.
Yeah, and I mean, Siege just came out. It's going to prevent the push coming out through lane on B. And it looks like, no, they're just going to try and hold on to the rifles that they have, knowing that they can't get on site. But the members of BBL not going to be able to find them and take away those guns.
Yeah.
11-6.
Honestly, because they still had a lot of cash in pocket. They could have gone for a rebuy in this following round, but deciding not to just throw caution to the wind. They don't want to give things up just for the sake of it. So, going to be able to go for the full rebuy.
But I feel like, right, typically you're like hoping your Jet is the one making a lot of room for your team. Vitinho has been the one doing that on this map. I mean, sitting at 14 kills right now. The second he gets picked off and Kushner finds that kill with the op, weren't able to do
Bak Bames'in hemen ölmemesi lazım. Olabildiğince slowlaması lazım adamları.
Onto A main, gets taken down and
bir daha slow. Bir daha slow. At bir daha.
On comes through.
Elite slow at, elite. Elite slow at, elite.
And this is always an opportunity to show off as a Jet player when you do get that ability out. Vitinho going to go for the peak. Dark cover goes out to make sure nobody can see from this angle. Prowler comes in, and that's really going to ruin the attack here from Vitinho. Put up draft available, dashes forwards, looking for the player, and there's a shot as he jumps on forwards and pulls out a gun, but Elite shuts him down.
I thought he was going to find it right. You can see Elite not exactly ready for him to come from that angle, still able to get it done with the gun difference.
Bekleyip bir daha gelecekler abi, inanılmaz.
BBL have been looks like have found a bit of a better groove,
dönüyorlar.
playing a bit back instead of before where they were like pushing up through main on defense side, and Giants were able to find some of those picks to where we can see in rounds like this, Elite and Turco playing pretty far back, allowing for things like that trade to be able to come through.
Dönmeyin lan.
Absolutely crucial.
Dönüyorlar.
If Elite goes down, the round's already over. Giants are onto the B site and managed to grab that one. Kushner.
Nice! Nice. Çok güzel, 2 kişi kaldılar. Nice oğlum Kute. Hiç gerek yok. Hiç gerek yok. AWP koruyacak. Onu vur Brave. Nice oğlum. Bravo. Al AWP'yi de. 11-7 hadi. Ekolar mı? Yok, paraları var bayağı ya. En az 2 roundda alırlar. Yalnız var ya, orada beklediler ya, bir daha girselerdi B'ye sıçmıştık. Bir tek Elite kalmıştı, diğerleri rotate atmıştı.
Honestly, this feels like Giants an incredibly strong team until you start to knock them, until you start to get them off kilter, and then BBL have on these defensive sides been so difficult to finish off, so difficult for Giants to actually close these games out. Kushner does it again, finds his man in Vitinho, and once again Giants up against it on this attacking half, once again at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and I mean, it feels like Giants are just going to have to do something about mid, whether that's maybe playing more heavily towards like extremities, you know, utilizing some utility, whether it's smoke or something, to be able to get in there, because Kushner is just finding, I think, way too much value with these peaks in mid.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. As over to the A site we go. Decided Giants can still outnumber in the short term when you're on that attacking side.
Oha, ne güzel flash lan. Aslan hadi oğlum. Aslan bu bir.
Aslan finding one, answered by Cloud. Time to push in. As the Seas comes out, the Horn even, sorry. Cloud trying to get one. Kushner nearly hitting Rhyme there, but doesn't quite.
Ah! Çok güzel lan Brave. Brave! Ah. Onu da vurdu sandım Cem'dekinde. 3 ve 2. 30 can ya.
3 members of BBL still up. Looks like last bit of util is going to come out for them, so.
It was the A site that was more successful for BBL on the attack. Let's see if that's true on the defense as well, as they've managed to hold B consistently. Can they take out Hoodie and Cloud? Cloud gonna hold.
Nice!
Nice
Turko! Şu oğlum Turko! Bravo lan sana!
Abi bu yayın mı donuyor? Alt frame mi atlıyor? Ne oluyor lan?
And I feel like one crucial thing we saw in this round was when
Discord'la
ASCENT
alakalı
found
olabilir.
that pick after the Nightfall came through, because the Nightfall comes through at the same time Rhyme was queuing up that paranoia, had just thrown it out. Right as the paranoia went out was when ASCENT found that pick, so kind of stalling out any momentum that maybe could have been found by all the utilities setting up for the A hit.
Çekiyorlar bu elde. Bundan sonra bir el daha çekerler. Sonra yok. Timeout. Büyük ihtimal Giants aldı. VPN açıktır Sinco.
Yok abi.
And you know, thinking back to some of the points we brought up, you know, Nookie coming back into this team, Pipson alongside Hoodie, like rejoining once more. Fatino's been here for a long time.
Gene stresli dakikalar başladı. Mesai başladı chat.
We want to see really solid team play. These executes not working out.
No, and you know now it's actually
Rakip pause alınca biz de koçla konuşabiliyor muyuz? Evet.
This looks like it's going to be 2 maps. We're done. Go next, but BBL look like actually maybe potentially bringing us all the way.
Adamlar öyle bir ekonomi yaptı ki paraları bitmiyor ya kaç rounddur.
What would come up next if BBL can just keep stringing these rounds together?
It's insane, right? I'd pretty much written BBL off about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I thought that they were done. But they have proven that on this defensive side, they can make it happen. They did the same on Icebox. It wasn't quite enough, but they put up a hell of a good fight. And now here on ASCENT, after, it has to be said, a fairly rough attacking side, or at least the first half of it, it's now on the defense. They're feeling confident.
Ne oluyor?
Ne oluyor bu ne hız?
Helal oğlum aslan. Yavaş.
Ya, ne yapıyor oğlum?
Hızlı giden atın boku seyrek düşermiş. Burak.
Seyrek düşer, doğru. Doğru.
Hiçbir şey yok. Hiçbir şey yok. Hiçbir şey yok. Fail'lar.
Find anything here. Everyone's going to be out of it, but he does find one. And Cloud gets a headshot to Aslan. That's huge. Now a chance for Giants for the first time in about 20 rounds. They have the advantage. Can they get the spike down is the question. Finally moving the spike onto site. Couldn't quite get through the entrance. Elite, the one to try and check. Takes down the turret. Hoodie knows exactly where this player is, but Elite finds Ryan. The trade can't quite come through from Hoodie as well.
Ya siktir amına koyayım. Yapma.
Nookie start to clean things up. Is it finally going to happen? Kushner with the operator has to make magic happen here.
Koru kuti koru.
That ain't the fight.
Para varmış ama ya.
Drops the orb.
Onlara vermek istemedi galiba.
Not the play I was expecting to see.
Ent.
Yeah, I mean,
kötü oldu girerken hiç kill vermemiz ya.
Evet. Evan'da bir de kill alamadan öldüler yani. Bir kill alsalar ölseler gene alırdı kill'i ya.
Nitelikli hasar fake ultimiz de vardı ya.
Bir kill'dan sonra. And I mean, the fact that they're able to win out those two duels with both Brave and Aslan up in heaven.
Keşke kaçsaydık ya. 4v5'ti zaten. Fully take'e salsaydık keşke.
Crucial first headshot from Aslan, but couldn't, you know, finish things off. Got traded out. The 2 kills went the way of Giants and then the rest.
Nice oğlum Kuti. Çok iyi. Geldi adam yalnız. Hızlı geldi. Çok iyi. Aaaa.
Nasıl?
Aslan at bir flash daha oğlum.
Aslan
helal lan sana Aslan.
Helal lan Aslan.
Bravo oğlum, bravo.
Bir şey bilmez.
Çok güzel, çok güzel. Flawless. Para durumları ne? Para durumları. Çekiyorlar. Bundan sonra çekebiliyorlar mı? Çekemiyorlar. Çektikleri sonra. Bunu alırsak 12-11.
And then Giants did change. Just playing completely towards A, no one aggressively trying to push up for that mid control. And after Giants get that round win, we see this time around Kushner making his way into tree, looks for the aggressive peek, finds the first pick, and kind of sets up for the other members of BBL to join him, start picking off the rest of Giants. And it really feels like that he's been the man starting things off for BBL this round. And if he can find that opening pick, they've been able to convert that into wins.
Aa pushlamışız lan. Oğlum hadi lan. Oğlum hadi lan, ne olur lan.
In the VALORANT
Ne olur lan. Hayır ya. Hayır ya. Hayır ya. Hayır ya. Hayır ya. Hayır ya.
Lan kutu vur lan.
I mean, a crosshair placement was there, even throwing the paranoia a little bit earlier, so Kushner had to back off the angle. And I mean, heck, now Sage and Fade left to try and go for a retake. Doesn't really seem like you have too much to be able to get sight. And I mean, heck, Giants know that this, after they win this round, it is done. Throwing out the nightfall to just try and find any information on where they are.
Yeah. Here we go. Wall comes up. We need to see something happen. Elite goes for a resurrection, but Rhyme with 4 kills in the round already and turns it into 5 as well. Beautiful stuff.
GG. Eline sağlık BBL'in. Güzel oyunlarda. Çok hata yaptık. Çok clutch verdik. Sezon öncesi bence güzel bir deneme turnuvasıydı. Enti çocuklar.